Okay, members, we'll just get started now. First of all, Councillor Deeney is send her apologies today, so you're stuck with me, unfortunately. So I'm just going to ask Karen to do the summons of the meeting and take the register.
Members, you are hereby summoned to attend the special meeting of the Health and Community Committee to be held in the Council Chamber, Day Road, Strabane, on Thursday, the 7th of November 2024 at 9:30. So commence with the attendance. So Alderman McMorris.
Here, Karen.
Alderman Montgomery.
Online, Karen.
Alderman Wilkinson.
Apologies. Oh,
Sorry, Alderman Wilkinson.
Sorry, mute. Couldn't get the mute off. Online, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Boggs.
Sure, Karen.
Councillor Clark. Councillor Deeney has apologised. Councillor Duffy.
And Shaw, Karen.
Councillor Farrell.
Here.
Councillor Harkin. Apologies. Councillor Heaney.
Shock.
Councillor Hutton.
Shaw, Karen.
Councillor McDaid.
Here.
And Councillor Cheney. I'm sorry, Councillor Boyle is online.
I am
Yeah,
online,
thank you.
Karen.
Thank you.
I would like to remind everyone present that this meeting will be broadcast live to the internet and will be capable of repeated viewing. This broadcast may be terminated or suspended in accordance with our protocol. If you're seated in the public seating media areas, it is possible that the recording cameras will capture your image, and this will result in possibility that your image will become part of the broadcast. By entering the council chamber and using the press or public seating area, you're consenting to being filmed and consenting to the use and storage of those images for webcasting or training purposes and for the purpose of keeping historical records and making those records available to the public. A copy of the council privacy notice may be found on the council website. So the next bit is declaration of members' interest. No members' interest, okay. And the next part of the agenda is chairperson's business. I haven't received any and Caitlin hasn't sent me any, so we'll just move on to the body of the meeting, and that's over to Tim, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, members. The purpose of this report is to seek authority to enter into a 5-day licence for the use of the gravel and shale pitch at Templemore. That's going to include the setting up and taking down of 4,500 capacity tent. That's recently proposed that number, and it's in order to accommodate the kneecap music event. So we would invite members to consider the grant of the 5-day licence of portions of Templemore Sports Complex, and a fee of £1,650 has been recommended to LPS, recommended by LPS, and also to recover the LPS valuation fee and council's legal fees from the promoter. The background to this is that members will be aware that a kneecap concert was originally proposed for St Colum's Park on the 2nd of November 2024. Due to the timing of the application, there was insufficient time for council to complete the necessary statutory processes for the concert to go ahead at this time. Subsequently, a further application was received for the concert to go ahead at Templemore Sports Complex with a revised concert date of the 23rd of November 2024. So in order to facilitate the hire of Templemore Sports Complex, this licence is required, as there's no booking policy in place for the staging of live music events at this venue. Key issues proposed that council grant the 5-day licence. 3 days are going to be required for the construction of the 4,500 person capacity tent, 1 day for the concert itself on the 23rd, and then a further final day to vacate the site. It's understood that the gravel shale pitch at Templemore Sports Complex is deemed to be more robust and suitable for a concert of this nature. The music event is being arranged in conjunction with Milo Events, who have worked with council on many occasions to include the successful Halloween events. Whilst it's not yet possible for us to finalise the precise terms of the licence, it's anticipated that the final licence will not include any unusual or special terms over and above those usually necessary for an event of this nature on council property. And I'd like to refer you to the sample licence, which is added to the report at Appendix A. We're not aware of any equality rural needs, climate change or data protection issues. As referenced, LPS have recommended a licence fee of £1,650 for the 5-day licence. And again, may I refer you to the copy evaluation dated 24th of October 2024 at Appendix B. Concerts expected to have minimal impact on access to council sporting facilities available at the Templemore site. And the gravel shield pitch has not really been available for hire for some years. Full access to or availability of the grass pitches may be impacted somewhat over the weekend. So we're expecting that there could be some disruption to the availability of grass pitches, perhaps on Saturday and the Sunday, with potential for up to 10 matches to be affected. And that would consist of both adult and youth Gaelic and football matches, possibly a revenue loss of about £275 in respect of pitch hire fees. There are no other financial, legal, HR, improvement or other issues. The recommendations, therefore, would respectfully invite Council to authorise the grant of a 5-day licence to the event organisers at a licence fee of £1,650. And that's for the period 20th of November 24 to 24th of November 2024, inclusive, again, to facilitate the music event by the rap group Kneecap and supporting acts on terms no more onerous to Council than the draft licence at Appendix A. Thank you.
Members, just to point out that a revised map was emailed, received very late yesterday afternoon, and there are hard copies being circulated to those of you in the chamber setting out the area, which differs slightly from that included with the report.
That's correct. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Tim, and thanks, Karen, for that. I'm just going to open up the floor now if anyone has any questions or comments for Tim. Councillor Tierney.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you to Tom for the report. Can I just ask in relation to the fee that was mentioned there of over £1,000, is that normal for this type of a licence?
Yes, the fee was provided independently by LPS, and it's equivalent really to a fee that would have been charged in respect of the St Colum's Park venue, which couldn't go ahead due to lack of time. So this is a new venue that's being proposed for this type of event, and LPS have recommended that 5-day licence fee.
And Chair, can I just ask again, thank you, can I just ask that due to the fact that LPS have recommended that fee, there's no movement in that within Council?
So, members, the position essentially, as you know, is that the statutory obligation on council in relation to any disposal of land, no matter what the period of time is, to obtain best value. Best value is normally verified by getting the fee assessed by Land and Property Services. Generally, their valuations are approved of in that respect. If we were to look at altering that fee, particularly if we were to look at altering a downward trajectory, then we would be into the position whereby we would be having to seek ministerial approval in respect of that.
Okay, so do we have any other questions or comments for Tim, or do we have a proposer for the report? Councillor Tierney? Sorry.
No, it's just something that's on my head, and I know in the grand scheme of things, but in relation to the football pitch bookings, are those matches cancelled now, or is there any sort of negotiation to relocate those matches? And I know it's not a massive issue, but it's just on my head, and I wanted to find out.
I've spoken to the centre manager, and hopefully any disruption can be kept to a minimum. And certainly there will be proposals to try and relocate and hold whatever matches that they could in the circumstances. So they're trying to keep any disruption to a minimum, but there's potential for those are the matches that would usually be held over that period, and they'll certainly try and relocate those.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Councillor Tierney, did you want back in?
Yep, I didn't realise that you were moving so quickly, but the quicker the better as far as I'm concerned. And if you're looking for a proposer to accept the recommendation, I'm more than happy to do it. I would point out whilst doing it that this event has been held in Templemore Sports Complex. I think the saga around this entire thing points out the need for a dedicated venue space within this council district, particularly in my perspective, within the dairy side of this council district, to hold and to be able to cater for a very quick turnaround in terms of music events. But in terms of, are we satisfied that the policy has been run to completion this time? Yes, I am, and I'm more than happy to propose that we accept the recommendation. And I know that many people across the district are looking forward to having a band of the calibre of Kneecap playing in our city and district. As a Ballyarna councillor, I look forward to them coming to our area, and I'm very, very disappointed that we've had to go through what I would call a protracted process, given public commentary by some people around the original application. But we are where we are today, and I'm more than happy to propose the recommendation, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Hutton?
Happy to second, and I agree wholly with what Councillor Tierney has just said. It is a pity that we did get to this stage, meetings after meetings after meetings, but we're here, it's happening. And that is something that this city and district has been wanting, and it's now getting. So I 100% agree in relation to us making decisions around quick turnovers. If a band did present itself, we need to be in a position where we can offer that time frame that they can have their event here, which the city's crying out for. But just to thank council officers and thank everybody that has been involved. Patience is a virtue. Just to say thank you so much for all your help, and we are delighted that this event is happening, and we wish the promoters and the organisers the very best of luck.
Okay, thank you. On to the next agenda item, and that is over to Seamus. Thank you.
Sorry, Catherine, I had asked to come in.
Sorry, Nairi. Before we move over then, we'll bring in Alderman McMorris. Sorry, Nairi.
Thank you, Chair, for allowing me in. I just want to say basically that hopefully all processes have been completed in regards to this. I appreciate the late entry of the map, and yeah, we're happy enough as long as everything is as it should be and all processes have been followed. Thank you.
Thank
Chair, can I come on there, please?
Just very briefly, and I think we've had to make points like this before in the past whenever we've dealt with these applications. Unless people have a reason to believe the process hasn't been followed, I think it is absolutely insulting towards council officers to suggest anything to the contrary, that process has been followed. As Councillor Tierney and Councillor Hutton have both pointed out, this has been a protracted process which could have been cleared up sooner, in my view, and we are here today to try and get it over the line so that people in this city and district can enjoy an event. So I just want to reiterate, for anybody to try and suggest or allude to the fact that things may not have been followed or the process may not have been followed, is utterly and frankly disgusting, and it is in complete contempt of the good work and due diligence that council officers show in this council with all events, with all planning applications, and with everything in between. So I think people need to be very, very careful when they come to meetings like this, that they are not suggesting or surmising that there is something wrong, and that we do put our faith and trust into council officers unless there is a reason for us to think any differently. And I just think it's very important to put that in the record, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Boggs. Councillor Tierney, did you want to come back on there?
Yes, it did, and I agree with Councillor Boggs and what he's just said. I think we need to remember why we are here, and when we're doing that, Chair, I want to thank the promoters of this event and the band for sticking with this process, because they could have went somewhere else, and that's the reality of this. They didn't. They stuck in. They put on a number of applications. I think that's publicly known now. They put on a number of applications. They wanted to bring this band to this city, and it's because of them holding on and with the confidence that they've been given from council officers around the process is why we're actually here today. I have already said it. I am a councillor in the DEA where this band is going to be playing. In the lead up to this application around Templemore Sports Complex. I or no Ballyarnett councillor, to the best of my knowledge, but particularly no SDLP Ballyarnett councillor, and I'm pretty sure that I can speak for the 6 Ballyarnett councillors. No one made public comment on this application from a Ballyarnett perspective until this morning. That's the way this process should have been carried out from the beginning, and other councillors and other DEAs should have done the same.
Thank you, Councillor Tierney. Alderman McMorris, do you want back in again? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, thanks for letting me back in, but I just wanted to clarify, at no stage have I ever intimated that no process was followed, or that in any way that any council officers didn't follow the process. I just merely said, as long as the process is followed, we were happy enough. That's what I indicated, and that's what I meant by that. And I just wanted to clarify that point. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Alderman McMorris. Over to Councillor Clark.
Thank you, Chair. Look, I just want to come in on the back of Brian there. We're delighted it's coming to RDA. It's great for the community after everything that's happened in the past few years with COVID and different things, that we're looking to have events like this in our area. So I just want to second what Brian has said. We're delighted and we welcome anything coming our way. So thank you to the promoters and the council officers.
I would agree. As a Ballyarnett councillor, I would like to also associate myself. I can't wait for the concert as long as it goes ahead and we approve it today. Councillor Tierney.
Chair, far be it from me to try and direct the direction of this meeting or what people are going to say or possibly say, but I don't believe that what's coming out of this meeting is going to be a good news story for the city and district. It's going to be a good news story, particularly for Ballyarnett, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. I would suggest that some opinions around this band and around this concert, in my opinion, have had too much airtime. I would suggest we concentrate on the good that's coming out of this meeting. The fact is that a band of the caliber of Kneecap are coming to my DEA, and I'm really looking forward to that. I want to talk about the positives. I don't want to go back and talk about what happened in the past and people's mistakes, because that's exactly what they were.
Okay, thank you. With that positive note, I think we'll move on now to item number 7. And Seamus, I think Seamus is going to bring in the applicants. Lorraine's going to get them. Okay, thank you. Members, just to note as well that Councillor Deeney has come online. So welcome, Caitlin.
Okay.
Chair and members, the purpose of the report is to determine an application for the grant of an entertainment licence for a live music event located in a temporary structure at Templemore Sports Complex on Saturday, the 23rd of November 2024. The report outlines the details of the application, the legislative framework, including the process which council must follow when determining an application, and the options available to the applicant following notification of any decision. Members can confirm no representations have been received. Therefore, a hearing is not required. However, the applicant, Mr. Patrick Duddy, and the Principal Environmental Health Officer, Paul Rafferty, who's processing the application, are present should members have any questions. Members, Appendix 1 outlines the documents required to support the application, including the current status. And it's important to note that some of these documents include the event management plan, fire risk assessments, noise assessment and management plan, and employer's liability. Members, the recommendation is that members approve the determination of the application by officers under delegated authority, subject to all necessary documentation being received to satisfaction of council. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Seamus, and you're very welcome in the chamber this morning. I'm going to open it up to members for any questions or comments to Seamus or to Patrick or Oliver. Councillor Tierney, you had indicated there.
Yep, Chair. It's not a question. It's more of a comment. And now when the applicants are here, I want to thank them for sticking with this process. And for their hard work. I'm sure this last couple of weeks hasn't been easy for them, given the public commentary around the process of this. As a Ballyarna councillor, I'm looking forward to a band with the calibre of Kneecap coming into our area, and I know many others across this district are. I've no doubt that a band of this calibre coming to Derry and Strabane will also attract people in and will enhance our visitor numbers over that particular weekend. So I think it's very important that we do acknowledge the process that the promoters have gone through. And on behalf of the SDLP, I don't have a question, but I want to propose that we accept the officer's recommendation to allow this 5-day license to go ahead. And I would implore officers to work with the promoter, to continue to work with the promoters the way that you have over this last couple of weeks, to ensure that whatever we need to do to make sure that this event goes ahead happens. And I suppose to the promoters, anything that we can do as a committee or as individual councillors within that area, please just reach out, because I am standing ready if any support is required to try and facilitate that. But I want to formally propose that we accept the officer's recommendation and allow this band to go ahead for the enjoyment of many people across this district. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tierney. Councillor Hutton.
Thank you, Chair. And just to reiterate some of the stuff that Councillor Tierney has said, and to thank the promoters and the organisers and the band for sticking with the process. It was a testing time for everybody, but I think he's dealt with it in a very modest and dignified way and kept bad press to the minimum. He's put your shoulder to the wheel, made it happen and got a new venue. So thank you for that. And thanks to Paul as well for working with you in order to ensure that this event is a safe event and that all reports have been done in order to keep people safe. But on behalf of Sinn Féin, just thank you very much, and we wish you the very best of luck. And I hope it all goes well. Thanks a million.
Thank you, Aisling. Councillor Clark.
That is for me, but I'm just seconding Brian's proposal anyway, as the Sinn Féin councillor, as one of the Sinn Féin councillors for the Ballyarna district. We really appreciate everything you're doing. We welcome it, so thank you.
Thank you. And Alderman Morris online.
Thank you for letting me back in again. I just want to put on record, the water side is a different thing, you know, in regards to this kind of event. You know, there was an outcry from residents on the water side.
Chair, can I make a point of order?
What is it?
I would like to know, in terms of the application and what we're dealing with today, why anybody's talking about the water side. That has already been dealt with and we've moved on.
Yeah, Alderman Morris, that is true. We've had this discussion at a previous meeting, and that is why we're here today at an alternative venue. So unless you have anything else to add about this particular paper.
This is very relevant to what we're discussing.
So is it about the paper that Seamus has just presented there yet?
Well, I just wanted to make it a point, do you know what I mean, that the people on the water side had objected to the thingy, but I'm just saying that there's no representation from the city side, and therefore, you know, that makes this a different occasion, do you know what I mean? So we're happy to proceed on that basis if there's no representation.
Okay. Thanks, Grant. Thanks, Alderman McMorris. Have anyone else wants to speak on the paper or to the applicants, or has any questions?
Chair, I don't want to speak to the applicant or to the paper, and I've already made a proposal which I'm more than comfortable with. But given the fact that someone has brought in the previous application on the water side and the alleged number of objections, I think the point needs made that we as a committee were told that there were 5 genuine objections to that event. So this nonsense that people are talking about, high numbers of objections, isn't true. There may have been objections, but they were not valid objections to the license agreement that we have been asking for.
Okay, thank you. I think we ended the previous paper on a positive note, so we're going to keep it positive now. We have discussed at length about the waterside. It was a previous meeting and a previous paper, so we're going to keep the focus here now. The concert is going to hopefully go ahead in Templemore Sports Complex. As a Ballyarna councillor as well, I can't wait. I'm going to be there. I'm really excited. I think it's a good news story. So I think we need to focus on that. We have a proposal and we have a seconder. So at this stage, I'm just going to check, do the applicants want to say anything at this stage just before we close?
No, not really. Just thank yous for all the work that you've done this while. Tense this mic out. No, all good from our end, and we're just looking forward to actually having a chance now to put on a show that we've been round and round circles with. That's the bottom line. So nah, all good on our end.
Thank you very much. Nairi, I see you want on again. Is this, we have a proposer and a seconder and we're closing now. Is this anything different to add to Seamus's paper?
No, go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Well, thank you very much for coming on. It was short and sweet. I appreciate it. And at this stage, I'll close the meeting. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, Chair.